All right, welcome back to Countdown to My Ironman. 3 weeks. Wow, 3 weeks to go. About to do the Tahoe Rim and 72 miles. Wish me luck. Starting the climb to Emerald Bay, end of the bike path. I'm on a narrow road now. Luckily, it's Monday morning, so weekdays are dead compared to the weekends. So that I have going for myself. Supposedly, this climb is supposed to be 20 miles. I'm just hoping that I read it wrong. So maybe 20 meters, not 20 miles. We will definitely keep you updated on this climb. But look at the water. Whoo! So beautiful. Emerald Bay, a little island on Emerald Bay. So beautiful. Made it in 5 hours and 27 seconds, 72 miles, 0.73, went all around the lake. All right, this doesn't happen too often. I'm here running with my mama. She's walking, I'm running. Let me get a little still. Woo! So, just finished my 72-mile run or cycle. Now I'm doing a brick workout, which is back-to-back 2 of the 3 disciplines. So now I'm running. You wanna say anything, mama?
Hi, guys.
Yeah, hi, guys. She's just like Lissy, short on words. All right, see you guys in the next video. One of the first times I'll be testing out my new stroke with something that I can see at the bottom. The Russian River couldn't see. It'll be interesting being able to feel what I feel like in the pool. But if you notice, look at the water. The water looks extremely choppy. It's going to be interesting on how to breathe, turning my head, if I'm going to get a mouthful of water or not. It'll definitely be interesting. All right, so I decided to do another bike ride. I wanted to get some good drone shots. Oh man, it was gonna look beautiful. Got out on my bike and my bike sprocket just broke. Good thing is I'm glad I broke it now and not in 3 weeks while I'm on the race. Because if I was on the race and this happened, race done. All that training down the drain. So that's 2 things that happened to my bike that I'm glad that happened now and not in the race. So check this out. Look at this. The sprocket is just bent. There's nothing I can do about that. And what's horrible is that I was crossing a intersection and I had the light right away. The car was on its way towards the intersection and I accelerated, and as soon as I accelerated, pop, and I'm glad I was able to get across the intersection before I couldn't pedal anymore. So now I need to repair my bike. I'm 3 weeks away. I was gonna take it in to get a maintenance anyways. So like I said, I'm glad that it happened now. So that's 2 incidences on my bike. I can also look at it as I was on my way to Emerald Bay, it wasn't meant for me to go. Maybe something bad was gonna happen to me if it wasn't for this bike stopping me. So that's just how I look at life. The universe was stopping me from going, and although an expensive message, a very important and grateful message. So universe, I'm listening. I ain't going. Time to go back to the hotel and finish on the spin bike. Also, come to think about it, I am also super grateful that I was able to go around the Lake Tahoe, or around the lake, and I didn't break down on the lake. So again, there's a lot of things that I'm grateful for, a lot of things that I'm glad this happened. when it happened and where it happened. Look, this is where I'm at currently. There is nobody down the street that way, and there's nobody on the street this way. So I'm very fortunate. And if you see that stop sign right there, that was the intersection that I needed to cross, and I guess my legs are just too strong for these sprockets. So time to wait for Lissy to come pick me up, and like I said, finish on the spinning bike. We will talk to you guys soon. Yeah, and Lissy's here to save the day. Yeah. Time to load up the bike. Whew. Man, she's not gonna get out. All right, so I just got back from Lake Tahoe and just dropped off my bike to get fixed, and it looks like it might take some time. He said that Shimano's are on back order at the moment, and hopefully he can get it done before the race starts. And also because the bike is new, that hopefully he's gonna work hard on getting the warranty to take care of the fix, which is pretty awesome. I hope the warranty covers it, because I know it's gonna be expensive. And you know what? The bike is new, so it's kind of funny. Yesterday when I when I recorded the video, I made the joke that my legs are too strong for the crank. And as soon as the repairman looked at it, he goes, "Oh my God, you must be a a powerhouse outage," or something like that. I can't remember what he said. Basically saying that my legs are strong. So I was totally joking, and then for him to say it, I just thought it was kind of funny. So we'll see. It's going to be fixed, and hopefully before the race. And like I said, I am super glad this all happened now. And now that it's getting fixed, I also am requesting a tune-up to make sure that my bike is tip-top for this race. So we'll see. See you in the next video. All right, welcome back to the grading portion of the video. All right, so this week was a very, very fun-filled week. As you guys know, we went to Lake Tahoe, and Lake Tahoe was specifically for two things. Number one, visiting my mom, and number two, more importantly, training for my Ironman race, which is just around the corner. Unbelievable. In the beginning of the year, a year felt far away. Now at 4 weeks away, a year felt fast. So I'm excited. Anyway, let's start with the swimming. In the beginning, I thought the swimming was gonna be a bad thing, and I'll explain. So I went to Lake Tahoe, and I decided I'm gonna get some open water swimming experience. And when we went out to, on Monday, I did the bike ride, which I'll explain later. Tuesday, I did the swimming. Now on Monday, when I did the bike ride, as I went around the lake, the water was beautiful. I mean, beautiful, calm. Like, I just wanted to swim every single time. I'm on my bike, I kept on looking at the water like, I can't wait to be there tomorrow. Can't wait to be there tomorrow. Well, tomorrow came, and the waters were wild. It was insane. So I went in there, started swimming, and I just kept on swallowing water because, I was going parallel to the beach versus away from the beach. And the reason I did that is I did not want to be that guy that gets stuck in whatever current, drowns at Lake Tahoe, and then I just want to be that guy. So I went parallel to the beach so that way I can stay close to the edge. And the swells were just boom, just splashing in my face. I was swallowing water. And after a couple times, I'm like, you know what? It's just too much. I'm about to get out. But then it hit me. I started to realize that as the water was hitting me, I was getting frustrated. And as I was getting frustrated, my heart rate started going up. I started to my emotions started to expose themselves. Then I said, you know what? I need this. Not because I couldn't get a rhythm because the waters are too choppy, which is totally fine. But what I realized is that I'm gonna have people swimming next to me. They're gonna be kicking me, they're gonna be trying to swim over me, they're gonna be doing all these different things, not on purpose, but it's the race. So this water hitting me, and I was going back and forth so I can get the water on both ends. I really stuck with it because I wanted to feel when my emotions were exposed. So I had to sit there and really calm myself. I'm like, okay, just calm down. It's gonna happen. Time the swells, right? Not that there's gonna be swells in the river, but I just needed to find a strategy to swim so that I can maintain a constant focus on the swim technique or the rhythm versus thinking about how much water is going in my mouth, all these different things. So I had to really calm myself down. And that to me was extremely beneficial for my, my psyche. So although I didn't think of it as a failure because the waters are too choppy, I loved it. So this week on Sunday, I'm going to Sacramento and I'm gonna be swimming the whole 2.4 mile course. So I figured I'm gonna get my swim anyways, get this or allow this frustration to come out so I can work on my frustration so that on Sunday I can work on my rhythm of my swimming. So all in all, I had a great experience swimming in Lake Tahoe, although very, very choppy. So I give myself an A. I ended up coming home on Thursday, finishing my swim on Friday. So A for the swim. Now for the cycling. All right, so the thing that I was excited about most to go to Lake Tahoe was cycling around the whole lake, 72 miles. So when I came up with the idea, I'm like, 72 miles, man, that's a walk in the park because I've done up to 100. As the days were getting closer, as we were traveling up to Lake Tahoe, it started hitting me. I started getting nervous. I was like, oh man, like I have no idea what to expect. Like 72 miles around the lake, like when you see the lake looks far. I'm like, that has to be more than 72 miles. But it was intimidating. And I found myself waking up in the morning prior to the cycle that, I'm not gonna lie, I started to get intimidated. My mind starts saying, there's other things that you can do, right? You don't have to do this. You're good. For whatever reason, I have no idea. It's the unexpected, right? Now, the beauty of emotions is if you can translate your emotions are communicating to you. So this fear that I was feeling was just my body or my brain telling me, unexpected, you have no idea what's going on, prepare. So I was like, all right, what can I do to prepare? I went on YouTube and searched up other people who have done it. And I watched several people and they all had their different experiences, different fears. And I watched this one lady and she made one comment. This is the third video I watched. She made one comment that just eased my mind. She said, after she was finishing the ride, she goes, if you're used to cycling 100 miles, this is going to be easy. If you're like me and only are used to doing 30 miles, this is a difficult ride. That's all I needed to hear because I've done 100-mile cycling. And because I've done it, I know how it feels. It just eased my mind. I was like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. So I put on my stuff, off I went. And I had a great time, had a great ride. The ride was easy. The elevation, the whole reason why I came up in the first place was to test my lungs in the elevation, and I had no problems. I did not feel a difference from 6,000 feet to like 100 feet that we here in Mountain View. Nothing. So my mind is at ease that my lungs are prepared. Easy ride. It took 5.5 hours, close to 4,000 feet of elevation gain, knocked it out of the park. Only problem is, I am so glad that I didn't drive around Lake Tahoe to witness and visualize where I was gonna be cycling, because if I would have done that, probably wouldn't have done it. We visited a friend of ours, Renee, and I asked her, I go, hey, have you done the Tahoe ride or I guess they call it Big Blue, since you moved here? And she goes, I would not do that ride around the lake without an organization or an organized ride or something that closes the freeway because there is no lanes. I'm so glad that I didn't ask her before, because with that information, I probably would have chickened out, because the road, I'm telling you, going down the 50, it was like this much bike lane and the rest freeway. Even on the way down, I'm thinking, am I on the right path? As I was approaching the tunnel, I was like, I remember the other lady, she wasn't going through the tunnel. I'm like, okay, she went through it. I'm on the right path, but dangerous. But the cool thing is, I finished it. I can check it off my newly bucket list item, took care of it. But as the rest of the week, as we're driving around the lake, I'm showing, my mom, I'm showing Don, Papa Don, where I was cycling, and they're like, are you crazy? I'm like, ignorance is bliss, because I'm not this crazy. If I would have known that was coming, I don't think I would have done it. But it's out of the way, it's taken care of, checklist. Took me 5.5 hours, 72 miles, lungs feel good. Man, my self-esteem, my psyche is running high right now. My body is feeling great. All these A's that I've been giving myself, they're warranted, because under pressure, I'm doing just fine. So giving myself an A for the cycling. Now, for the run. I ran after my 72 miles. I also ran when I got home. I think I missed 1, if not 2 days of running. One day I missed because my normal Sunday day's off, and the other day I missed because I believe travel time, I had to do a bike instead. So I can't give myself an A. I'll definitely give myself a B minus, C plus. I've been, I don't want to say I'm lacking on my running. I just haven't been running as much, but when I do run, I feel amazing. So I'm feeling good. C plus, B minus on the run. All right, so before I let you guys go, I do have to update on one thing. So my bike broke down. I attempted to go on a second ride. I wanted to go a second ride so I can get more drone shots, but as I was not climbing, as I was going through the streets ready for the climb, I broke my sprocket. I think it's called a sprocket, you know, where the pedals are. I just broke it. It's bent. And even the guy at the bike store, he just was like shocked. He's like, wait a minute, you must have extremely powerful legs because this should not be breaking. I agree. I have powerful legs. So I don't know what to tell him, but I was hoping that he can fix my bike because there's 3 weeks left. I cannot go without this bike, and I don't think I can rent a bike. So talking about cutting it really short, fingers are crossed. So my bike is out of commission. It's being fixed. There's no updates other than the 2.4 mile swim. So when I do this 2.4 mile swim on Sunday, this is going to complete the psyche portion of this race. And I'll explain. Before this training started, I had never ran a marathon, ever. Before this race, I had never ridden a bike 100 miles or even close. Before this race, I would not even think about swimming anywhere in open water. Wouldn't, because A, I had no confidence in my swimming, and B, I think that there are sharks everywhere. I still think there's sharks everywhere, but I'm a lot more calmer now. So this race has really opened my mind to a lot of different things. I've ran 2 marathons since, or a marathon and 3/4. We never got to finish the first one because if you don't remember, go back to the previous videos. The second marathon that we did, I completed it. So in my mind, I know what a marathon feels like. I've cycled over 100 miles. So in my mind, I know what 100 miles feels like. Now for the swim, we went to the Russian River and we ended up swimming 2.4 miles, but it wasn't consistent. There was a lot of stopping and there was a lot of communicating. There was a lot of teaching. So I really don't have a really good perception of the swim. I know what it feels like not to have vision in the water, because that's exactly what we didn't have, was vision. But Sunday is going to complete the psyche portion of the race preparation, because this will have given me a full 2.4 mile swim, not just a 2.4 mile swim, but the same swim in the same area that I'm going to do during the race. So when I complete this, I'll have had all these different perceptions of completions of each discipline for this race. Now, combined, different story. But to have a perception is going to be extremely, extremely beneficial. So just wanted to give you that update. We are finishing 4 weeks remaining. We now have 3 weeks remaining, and I'm excited. I'm ready to go. And I hope you guys are following along, having just as much excitement as I am. I will see you guys next week.